All right. So, can you tell me how a normal school day goes in Iran? Like, run me through a normal day.
Normal day.
Yeah, how do you get to school?
Well, I used to ride my bicycle to school, and we would go to school first, and then we all lined up like a line, and then it was from the height, shortest to the tallest. We stay in line. The teacher would come inspect us, and then we would say pray, and then we would go to class. Split up, go to classes.
Okay. And what were they inspecting?
For clothes and to look and everything.
Make sure you look. And what about what you told me about their hair? Your hair?
Yes, we have to have the short hair. We had to go with the number one machine, cut our hair short.
All the boys.
All the boys.
And how many girls were in your school?
Because I was in the small village, we had only 2 girls in our school. But in the big city, they had girls one school, the boys different school.
Okay. And here we have a grading scale like 0 to 100, 90 to get an A. How's it
Ours
there?
was from 0 to 20.
0 to 20?
Yeah, 20 was the highest.
Okay. And were y'all required to learn English? Did they teach English?
You could after the 9th grade.
Okay, so after ninth grade, but
Yeah,
just in regular school there was no
no English.
English. Okay. What about discipline? How was discipline handled in the school?
Well, if we didn't do our homework or we did something wrong in the school, the teacher had a little stick about that long, and he would hit us in the hand like that. We had to hold hand like this, and he would hit us.
Can you tell me about one incident where maybe you didn't do something right and you had to be punished?
Yes. I pushed this guy and I kicked him in the butt, and the teacher made me to go to the pool, break the ice, and put my hand in there, and then he hit me like 5 times, 5 stick. For every punishment, they have like how many stick?
Oh, how many sticks for each
They
thing?
teach you, yeah.
So he made you hold your hand in the ice water for a
Yeah.
certain amount of time and then come back and
And
get
then
the
he gets-
stick?
Yeah, because the punishment was hard.
Okay. And then, so in class, do you have textbooks or anything, or what do you?
We had
what
just
are the
the-
materials do you have?
Paper and pencil, and we have to take a note, and all of our test was like we have to write the answer. We have never multiple choices.
Okay, so it's always fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the instructors were they all male, or were there any
Yes, all
female
male.
instructors?
All male.
All male.
Yeah.
And then how many hours do you spend at school? Like what time do you go?
We go 8 to 4.
So 8 to 4. And do you have recess or lunch?
Yes,
and stuff?
every hour we have 15 minutes recess.
Okay. And then how long do you go to school? Like what grade levels did you have to go through?
We didn't have to go to school.
So it's
Well,
optional to go to
yes.
school?
At that time, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and from 1st grade to 6th grade called elementary school. We
Okay.
didn't have a preschool. And then from 7 to 9th grade was like a high school year.
Okay.
And then after the 9th grade, you can choose your major, and then you would study that.
Okay. And then is that considered a college, or is that still just considered
High school.
high school?
Yes.
If you go after ninth grade, it's still
Yeah.
considered high school, but
Yes.
but it's optional. You don't
Yes.
have to.
Yeah.
And you said you were able to work and go to high school?
Yes, after I finished the elementary school, I was working at daytime and going at the school at night, high school.
Okay. And is that a normal thing? The schools are open at night all the time? They offer night classes, or?
Not the public school. You have to pay for it.
Okay, so you had
Yeah.
to pay for
Yeah,
it
for yeah.
to go to the night classes
Yeah.
and stuff.
Public school was free. You know, everything was free, and then they would give you food sometime.
Okay, and then would you say that that there's a strong underlying religious element to the way they teach, or
No.
or is it just basic?
No, we had no religion in school.
Okay, so it's just the normal math, science, and everything else.
History and geography.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what about so the would you say that there's a difference between the lower income families and the higher income, the families that have money in Iran, like
Yes.
the differences in schooling?
Oh yes.
So do the higher income get like a lot better schooling or
Yes.
different teachers,
Yeah.
or they're provided with more, and
Yes.
the lower level
Yes.
are just left to
Yes.
whatever? Okay. Is there anything else about the school? How many people were normally in your class?
Because I was a small school, I had 10 people in the class.
10 people,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And yeah, that's it.
Okay, and I think that was all. We didn't talk about anything else, huh?
That's it.
And that's
The rest of them is the same almost than here.
okay. Do you feel like the Iranian education system does a good job?
Yes.
And
Very good job.
okay, do you feel like they do a good job in diversification, like in allowing like girls to learn as well, or regardless of how much money you make, or do you feel like the education system is more geared towards men, and the higher income, the wealthier you are, the better education you get?
No, you can all get the same education.
Okay, so you all have the opportunity.
Yes. But if you were like rich, you would go to the better school, but all the stuff that you had to do was almost the same as the poor
So it'd be
classes.
just like
The education was all the same.
so it'd be like our private schools here.
Yeah.
You know, we have regular schools,
Yeah.
but you can send your kid to private school if you
Yeah.
want. So
Yes.
they have the same options there.
Yeah.
After ninth grade, how many grades do you have? Do you have 12 grades or?
We have 12 go to the high school. Yes.
Okay, but after ninth, it's optional.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
no, all of it is optional.
Oh, all of it is
Yeah.
is optional.
You don't even have to go to school at that time.
So
when I
you
was
you can just grow up and start working.
working. Yes.
Did you know people that did that though? That
Oh yes.
would drop out of school and just start working
Yeah.
and just do that?
Yes.
Okay. And then you were saying if you join the military, if you graduate high school, you get to become an officer.
Yes. And then the ninth grade, you become enlisted.
Okay, and you get a rank increase
One rank
for
increase.
finishing ninth grade.
Yeah. Then a rank in the sixth grade.
And then if you finish all the way to 12th grade, then
You
you're
become
an
an
officer.
officer. Yes.
Okay. All right. Sounds awesome.
All right.
Thank
Thank you.